This video is part of a series for the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game and is meant for keepers. Players, please turn back now. This video uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Chaosium Inc., Moon Design Publications LLC, which are used under Chaosium Inc.'s fan material policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. This video is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Chaosium Inc. For more information about Chaosium Inc.'s products, please visit www.chaosium.com.
Roger Carlyle, the playboy whom everybody knows, or knows about, has made an ambitious plan to slip out of New York tomorrow to explore the ancient tombs of Egypt. Word has it that he'll be setting sail with his own entourage in tow. I can hear the cries of Roger's countless heartbroken cuties when they learn he already has a female companion traveling with him. Who's the lucky girl? You can bet your mummy this reporter's on the case. No doubt the fantastically eligible bachelor will dig up something, equally fabulous from the Egyptian sands. Roger Carlyle, perhaps Westchester's most eligible bachelor, embarked this morning for Southampton, leading an expedition bearing his own name. The dashing playboy leaves behind New York's night spots for a crossing on the British steamship Imperial Standard. Upon arrival in England, Carlyle and other members of his expedition team will head to London for a period of intensive study at London's celebrated Penhew Foundation. The Carlyle expedition will then embark for Cairo, Egypt, a month hence. Readers may recall the smashing gala thrown by Mr. Carlyle at the Waldorf Astoria upon reaching his majority. Carlyle, now 24, has carved out a niche on the social scene, a niche tainted with an air of scandal and reports of indelicate behavior. Still, his dashing good looks, aided by his family's considerable wealth, have kept him atop Manhattan's most wanted list for years now. Never having displayed a penchant for scholarship or antiquity, the motivation behind the formation of the Carlyle expedition remains a mystery. A diverse retinue. Far from being the vanity project of a wealthy dilettante, Carlyle's expedition enjoys having renowned Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew as an assistant leader. Sir Aubrey is charged with bringing the team up to speed regarding unique aspects of their intended dig, and then, once in situ, Sir Aubrey will be in charge of the field excavation. Also on the team is the city's most sought-after Freudian, Dr. Robert Houston. The doctor hopes the expedition might find ancient pictographic evidence to substantiate some of his theories regarding psychology. Miss Hypatia Masters, a friend of Mr. Carlyle's, will serve as the team's photographer and archivist. Mr. Jack Brady, formerly of the United States Marine Corps, accompanies the group as a security consultant and general factotum. Mr. Carlyle confirmed that his expedition may bring on additional members predicated on their availability and expertise, as his team makes his way from London to Cairo. There's no doubt that with Carlyle's leadership, the expedition will cut a dashing figure as they cross the sands of the wind-blown Sahara in search of knowledge. Carlyle departs Egypt, by Reuters to the Pillar Repost. Cairo, July 4. Sir Aubrey Penhew, temporary spokesman for the Carlyle expedition, indicated Thursday that the leaders are taking ship to East Africa for a, quote, well-earned rest. Sir Aubrey debunked rumors that the expedition had discovered clues to the legendary wealth of the lost mines of King Solomon, maintaining that the party was going on safari in respite from our sandy labors. Roger Carlyle, wealthy New York leader of the expedition, was unavailable for comment, still suffering from his recent sunstroke. Discussing that unfortunate incident, local experts declared Egypt entirely too hot for Anglo-Saxons at this time of year and suggested that the young American had not been well served by his democratic enthusiasm, rumored to have led him to personally wield pick and shovel. Important visitors. Mombasa. Leading members of an American archaeological expedition arrived here on holiday from digs in Egypt's Nile Valley. Our Undersecretary, Mr. Royston Whittington, held a welcoming dinner for them at Collingswood House, where the wit of Sir Aubrey Penhew, expedition co-leader, was much in evidence. Accompanying Sir Aubrey are the youthful financier Roger Carlyle and medical doctor Robert Houston, as well as socialite Miss Hypatia Masters. The party leaves inland today for Nairobi and hunting. Carlyle expedition feared lost. No word in months. On safari in Kenya. By Reuters to the Pillar repost. Mombasa, October 15. Uplands police representatives today asked for public assistance concerning the possible disappearance of the Carlyle expedition. No word of the party has been received in nearly 2 months. The group includes wealthy New York playboy Roger Carlyle and 4 other American citizens, as well as respected Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew of the United Kingdom. The expedition left Nairobi on August 3rd, ostensibly on safari, but rumor insisted that they actually were after legendary biblical treasures. Carlyle and his party reportedly intended to explore portions of the Great Rift Valley to the northwest of Nairobi. Erica Carlyle arrives in Africa. By Reuters to the Pillar repost. Mombasa, March 11. In response to clues, Miss Erica Carlyle, sister to the American leader of the local Carlyle expedition, arrived in port today aboard the Egyptian vessel Fount of Life. Several Kikuyu villager reports recently have been received concerning the putative massacre of unnamed whites near the Aberdare forest. Miss Carlyle declared her intention to find her brother, regardless of the effort needed. She brought with her the nucleus of a large expedition, detailing agents to coordinate supply and other activities with colony representatives. Miss Carlyle and the remainder of her party depart for Nairobi tomorrow. Her companion, Mrs. Victoria Post, indirectly emphasized Miss Carlyle's purposefulness by recounting the rigors of the voyage. Carlyle massacre confirmed. By Reuters to the Pillar repost. Nairobi, May 24. The massacre of the long-missing Carlyle expedition was confirmed today by district police representatives. Roger Carlyle, New York's rollicking playboy, is counted among the dead. Authorities blame hostile Nandi tribesmen for the shocking murders. Remains of at least 24 expedition members and bearers are thought found in a remote region of the Aberdare forest. Erica Carlyle, Roger Carlyle's sister and apparent heiress to the Carlyle family fortune, led the dangerous search for her brother and his party. She credited Kikuyu tribesmen for the discovery, though police actually found the site. Among other expedition members believed lost are Sir Aubrey Penhew, noted Egyptologist, New York socialite Hypatia Masters, and Dr. Robert Houston. Many bearers are also reported dead. Murderers hanged. By Reuters to the Pillar repost. Nairobi, June 19. 5 African tribesmen, convicted ringleaders of the vicious Carlyle expedition massacre, were executed this morning after a short, expertly conducted trial. To the end, the tribesmen steadfastly refused to reveal why they had slaughtered Mr. Carlyle and his companions. Mr. Harvest, acting for the colony, cleverly implied throughout the trial that the massacre was racial in motivation and that the fair-skinned victims were subject to the most savage treatment, preventing all but the most preliminary identification of the remains. Miss Erica Carlyle, defeated in her efforts to rescue her brother, left several weeks ago, but is surely comforted now by the triumph of justice.